Hello everyone and welcome to the map Oceanborn. Map number 1 in today's best of 3 series. A Zerg versus Terran. A Terran versus Zerg match, depending on how you cut it, of course. The blue Zerg player. Here in the upper left corner, the drones, the hatchery belonging to DRG. And their red Terran opponent in the bottom right here, the command center of none other than Cure. DRG versus Cure. Cure. Perhaps I should rephrase that as Cure versus DRG. Just based on the opening build here, we've got... surprise, surprise. The 2 racks on the low ground. Perfect wall off, yes. Almost like it was made for this. Could be Reapers. Very likely to be Reapers. I kind of doubt it's Marines, but I guess it is on the table. It could be Marines. He does have the 1 gas, so I don't expect super committed aggression here. Get that orbital. DRG will, of course, be able to get over here, see everything. The question is, what's the timing? Will it be before the Reaper comes out? Will it be as the Reaper's destroying drones? Probably not. I'm curious to see how DRG handles this, though. We've seen Maru versus Dark do this. We've seen Byun do this, I want to say against Solar, although Byun kind of does this against everybody. To be fair, you go up against Byun and you don't expect this build, that one's on you. Alright, the Reaper, number 1. First Reaper makes its way across, is going to block the 3rd hatch. The drone just barely getting to the extractor in time. DRG actually paying a little bit for sending that drone out early, I would say. The 3rd base on this map, a little more forward, a little more exposed to a play like this. So far so good on keeping the drone alive though. However, with the 3rd Reaper joining the crew, the extractor has no hope of actually going up in health. DRG has to get something over here. The 3rd Reaper's gonna join. Another quick. Oh, the grenades are what finishes the job. The extractor goes down. The drone is gonna be sniped off. Where's the Lings? Where's the Queen? Drone number 2 goes down. The damage is already more than most Zergs would like to have happen. Good saving on that. Couple spore crawlers, gonna keep those drones alive as the Reapers just do their dance. Behind this looks like a very quick 3rd CC, reactor factory, double racks. Not quite starting stim yet, but we forgive him. Little busy dealing with the 24 speedlings that DRG has opted to go for. One of the Reapers gonna be picked off here. I think number 2 and 3 very quickly behind. Yes. The Lings will eventually take care of the Reaper. The barracks now get to do their favorite activity of training Marines. Many Marines at that. Hellion Liberator on the high ground. That 3rd CC is going to finish up and we have ourselves a macro match. As the Lings stare angrily at the nearby barracks. Cure, of course, not going to step out of that wall and take care of that just yet. Instead, try and rally the Marines to the back of the barracks. Up to the high ground, it seems. Liberator, not done yet. Just about done, though. The Hellion Marine combo should be able to clear out these Zerglings. Behind this, what's DRG up to? What is the Zerg's plan? Of course, besides losing 2 drones. As I said, those Hellions make their way out of the base, will be able to scare away the Zerglings. However, Queen's not so fearful of the dreaded Hellion. Hellion's gonna start to clear off some of these creep tumors, anger the nearby Queen cluster, the Coven, of course. Looks like DRG getting the melee attack upgrades. I would expect to see a Bane nest at some point then. Liberator into the main base. No Spore Crawler done preemptively, which means these drones are going to have to sit here for a few seconds. Well, the Queen actually may save it, as the Queens do. Damage that Liberator a little bit. Q actually going to move out. He got Stim. No shields, but medevacs count for something too. And I still don't see a Bane nest. Is DRG just gonna try and handle this with Ling Queen at the 6-minute mark? It's his Hellion Marine Stim. Come on. And losing Queens right away is never a good deal. Cure's gonna stem forward, start to whittle down the energy on those Queens. There's a lot of Lings though he might have to pick up. Or just step back a few feet and then get to push forward again and stem Marines, gun down Queens with ruthless efficiency. Hellions can't even fire because they're on the Marine control group. More Lings, come to the defense. It will eventually be enough. The DRG will eventually clean that up. And finally, the Bane Nest. First attack for Cure. Not too shabby. 3 drone kills. A lot of creep denial. Queens. How many Queens did we lose? 4 Queens? Yikes. That's about 5 too many if you ask me. Indigos, how does that math work? He should have been building 1 more Queen. And not losing 4, of course. Keep up. Taking that 4th hatch, Infestation Pit goes down, along with 2-2, Bane Speed. Now, of course, this is after the recent patch, yes. So the Bane Speed upgrade, not quite as nice as it used to be. The speed, I believe, was unchanged. However, the Banelings lose their additional health. They used to get maximum health increase as well. More susceptible to ranged attacks on their way to give an acidic hug to the nearest group of Marines. Susceptible to splash damage from the siege tanks. Stemming forward, gonna go for that hatchery. The Banelings target fired by the siege tanks. The Queen stepping a bit too far off of creep to be of much use. And Cure, I don't think there's enough Banelings here for DRG. He's hitting right as Bane Speed finishes. Only 1 more remains, and the Marine's gonna just drop in the back. There's no more Lings here. There's no more Queens on the board. More Banelings trying to be morphed in. If Cure can get on top of these before they hatch, it might be good for the Terran. Ling's gonna get us around, but DRG recognizing it's just not going to be enough. Taking too much damage throughout multiple points of the game. Cure, well, I should say DRG, taking all that damage. Cure is going to come out on top for map number 1. Onwards to map number 2. The second map of the series will be played on Equilibrium, ladies and gents. The landscape style of map. The bases are at the top left and top right corners here of this Zerg versus Terran match. Central, Xel'Naga Watchtower. Of course, in the middle, how much of a role will it play? As these two go head to head. Cure, looking strong. Map number 1. Going for nice timings. Right as Stim finishes up before DRG had his arguably quite late Baneling nest and lair though. How will DRG respond? Any changes to make? I would love to see that tech choice come out a bit quicker, whether that's, again, a Baneling nest, or perhaps even switch it up, go for the Roach Warren. Usually just one of the two, though, if you don't want to, you know, die before you get a third base. Fourth base. 2 racks, again, opener for Cure. Likely to see Reapers once again. How's the wall on this map? Oh, look, it's the same. Terran players rejoice. And you get your lower and raised depot, which I'm sure Protoss are very unhappy about. Give Protoss a door. Ovi checking around, checking the gold base, actually. Is that a play? Have other people gone into that? Proxy near the gold base? Or perhaps an economic cheese to quick expand to your opponent's gold base? Doesn't that sound like a shenanigan flavored day? The 2 racks going to complete. Reapers, of course, are the choice. Cure rallies that out. Where's the command center? It's almost there. Almost. There we go. As the Reaper heads across, what will DRG's response be? He does actually get the third base down before the Reapers get here, so that is obviously a fantastic change for the Zerg from map number 1. And now we get the standard dance, the Lings versus Reapers, the dramatic Protoss music in the background. Yes. Reaper gonna join Reaper. Queen, unfortunately, finding out what it is to be an air unit ever so briefly, thanks to the help of the grenade, of course. Now, Cure could take all 3 of these Reapers and start to pressure that third base, forcing the Queen to come out. It's a play. It's an option. Instead, it looks like Cure's just going to head up into the main base. Quick third CC is the follow-up again. We'll see that quicker base economic play from the Terran. Stim already on the way. Being researched. A solid Evo chamber block from DRG. Gonna deny the Reapers access to that mineral line, which will just force them to go home. Excellently played. DRG not losing any drones this time. The third base is going to complete unscathed, and it is time to drone Happy Zergs. Stim about halfway done. Marine count rising. Factory about halfway done as well. I don't think Cure really needs to change anything up. I think Cure looking strong enough in map number 1. Just keep a solid timing. Stim, Marine tank, tried and true since Wings of Liberty, right, gents? And boys that haven't played Wings of Liberty, joined in Legacy of the Wood, go, oof. It's another back in my day comment here. No, I will spare you. Wings of Liberty, it was different. I'm sure there are opinions on a lot of the changes that have happened over time. I think a big one, big hotly contested one, is still got to be the number of starting workers. When they upped the number of starting workers, try and get quicker aggression going out, quicker builds, that felt like a really big change from the olden days. Also kind of shut down a lot of early rushes, early cheeses, slightly inadvertently, of course. You don't think about it. You say, well, you start with more workers now. You don't say, well, wait, that's going to weaken the 4 pool. Yes, it technically does. Medevacs, not done yet. Cure, taking the scenic route, though. Round? Oof, just move over cleaning bot. Okay, then. And DRG, the timing on this gold base. I love the ambition, I love the confidence, but this might not go very well. Medevacs, boost across the map, perhaps. Shields, almost done, actually. Cure might be able to wait a little bit here. Just at the edge of the high ground. Can you see the base? Well, maybe not. Gonna find the creep instead. Know about the base now. The queens and lings already down here to respond though. The medevac's gonna join up. Stim on some of the marines. Oh, the Reaper grenade. Marines ready to step back. Lings cannot get a full surround just yet, and too many of them are dying off before the surround even takes place. Some of the marines gonna start to be picked off. The queens are now by themselves, which is not usually good for a low number of queens. The Reaper grenade denying the transfuse. Those early Reapers are still wreaking havoc for Cure, doing damage, helping out the marines. Eventually this will all be cleaned up. Cure not going to take the game at the 6-minute mark here. Oh, I almost want to say thank you. Thank you, DRG, for defending that. Is it Widow Mines? I see Widow Mines? Yes. Is it Biomine? Ooh. Not going for tank. Liberators circling up. DRG again. No spore in the main base. Just a little bit of a misstep. Queen gonna sidestep the freedom zone. That one, not so much. Liberators will be forced back eventually, and when that spore is complete, that should make it easier. Siege them up there. Okay. Okay, Cure. First group of Marine Widow Mine. Head out onto the map. There's only 2 mines. Oh, and the Overseer pops. The Banelings do not yet have Bane speed at 10 seconds out, but I think DRG's just ready to pull the trigger, which may not be the best of moves. Oh, the Lings do get a surround, will be circumvented by those medevacs. Unfortunately for DRG, that is not the only group out on the map though. Another set walks their way into the main base. The Spore Crawler a bit distracted by the Liberators off the left side. The drones will be pulled. The mines are going to burrow. Cure artfully not taking friendly fire from that group. Couple drones, few Lings gonna be picked off. Widow Mine left for posterity. Oh, DRG quick with that Overseer, gonna clean that up. The Banelings now with their roly-poly upgrade, gonna deal with these Marines a little bit quicker. Cure starting to try and hit multiple spots. Take over as much of the map as he can. Denying creep tumors, always a good move. The Liberators were lost, it looks like. Yes, the Liberators were lost. Which means the groups of Marines and mines that are out on the map are really it for Cure's map control. And DRG has been able to get the Hydra Den up, start getting those Hydra research upgrades. Marine's going to be picked up in time. Well, not him, of course. Timmy didn't make it to the medevac in time. But life without Timmy will go on. Going for the main base again, Cure. Feeling confident, ambitious, and I don't really blame him. DRG not even having creep over here. There's no vision on the edge of the main base here. The mine's gonna burrow in the back. Drones pulled again. Nice quick drone pull. Infestation pit, I think that was going to be denied, which is going to make Hive a bit farther away, which removes some of those juicy tech options. Lurkers, Vipers, medevacs. Oh, the Widow Mines connecting with the Banelings. Or perhaps Baneling connecting to Widow Mine. The argument we didn't know we needed to have today. His Marines. Oh, the Widow Mine only on a single Ling. Targeting most of those Banes. Splits will clean up the rest of them. Get out of here, changelings. We see through your foul disguise. And too much Zerg. DRG staying alive. Cure not getting out in time. Trying to set up the other attacks. There's already a group in the main base ready for the defense though. DRG says I don't need creep if I just keep Lings there. His hatchery was torched though. Cure finally seeing a bit of victory in the damage. Picking up, dropping into the main base. Gonna actually drop a fair amount of Marines, but it's still just too much Zerg. No, Cure, don't get greedy. Medevacs continue to stream across the map. The infestation pit was rebuilt in the exact same spot it was destroyed before. Solid work. And Hive will actually be on the way. About halfway done now. 3-3 for Cure is already on the way though, which is going to be quite a bit of a deficit. If DRG is not able to start 3-3 right as that Hive finishes, that's going to be a solid upgrade for the Terran, who cancels this hatch again, even gets a couple more drones. DRG having a bit of trouble. These drops. Changelings. Little obvious. Those changelings not quite proficient at the deception check, I would have to say. More just biomine? There's only 2 tanks, and they're on defense, looks like. DRG getting both of those Hive options I was talking about. Lurker Den on the way, Vipers quickly following. And Adrenal Glands, very nice upgrade for those Lings. Cure, moving out onto the map, burrowing the mines. The Hydras able to clean up the mines with relative ease, losing a lot of the Banelings though. And this is a lot of Hydras. This is 30 Hydralisks. Lingbane Hydra, no more like Hydra Lingbane. Ooh. Move over, Zerglings, you are no longer the star of this show. I see vehicle weapons is being upgraded. Cure is switching into tank production, as well as adding on the Ghost Academy. Excellent choices, both of those. Cure likely knows that Lurkers are on the way. It's a natural step up. Once you build, 30 Lurker larvae, it's only natural to morph them into their true form. Not gonna drop the main. Scan sees those defensive Zerglings. Uh-oh, the Vipers are on the hunt. Marines stemming forward. Oh, the abduct. That's the play. Deny their escape. The Banelings going to connect. Cure says they are dead to me. It's not worth even microing. Banelings struggling to get in front of hungry Hydralisks, which is going to spell doom for both of the parties. The drone movement. Hatchery will be destroyed. Widow mines. Solid hit into the clump of Hydralisks. Blinding Cloud. Solid usage. Deny the Marines their ability to attack. High-sec auto-tracking at long last will be researched. After 3-3 is done, of course. Speaking of which, DRG getting the 3 armor. Opting to go for the ranged attacks, though. Get +2 ranged attack. I mean, this is a lot of Lurkers now. We've turned 30 Hydras into 12 Lurkers. Don't ask about the math, it's not pretty. Oh, the Widow Mines are sprinkled throughout the map, too. We're going to do 10 kills. Ling run by, going to be attempted here. Unfortunately, Widow Mines really putting a damper in that. Start working on the Chew Toy Depots. SCVs pulled for repairs. You could go around, but then you'd be in siege tank fire. Cure, uncaring, gonna push forward the drones at the front line. Might be a little sassy, but not a good move. Vipers, not quite pitch it in, not quite helping out. Blinding Clouds, maybe Lurker run by over by the planetary at the gold though. Gonna focus down that planetary fortress, and the SCVs try to repair, which is going to spell death for them. Ghosts are on the field, deployed for the defense for now. Check on over here. How we looking? The Vipers taking a little bit of damage. A Lurker minefield abducts onto the tanks, which is good for the Lurkers. Still fine. Still doing their job. Hydra Lurker gonna push forward. Ranged attacks coming in handy. The Widow Mine. The Widow Mine DRG. Just burrow them on the high ground. Can you see that? No. Can't even see the Overseer. So DRG might be able to keep a little Lurker sneak attack over here. The high ground Lurkers. Snipes targeted on most of the Zerg forces. Some of them will be picked off, some able to get away in time. Gotta burrow those Lurkers if there's any hope of using the splash damage, though. The Ghost Marine's just gonna force it back. Yeah. Not... Does it work? Yes, it works. The Lurker on the high ground. Don't ask how he's able to shoot those spines through the air. Gonna deny mining on that gold base. Ghosts from behind though. Snipes. Gonna help to clean all that up. Well, not for free apparently. Losing ghosts. Left and right. Opting instead for just the basic attack. A good move. DRG gets into here. The army supply is dwindling though. The ghosts are working well. And this honestly feels like a little desperate of an attack. DRG's drone count is fine, but the army supply is just dwindling and Cure is getting more and more efficient. Blinding clouds onto the ghosts, which are going to clean up every Lurker. And DRG just taps out. Not feeling up to the replacement of the army. Cure is going to take that series 2-0. If you enjoyed, if you found this entertaining, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I hope you have a great day.